How did you come up with the idea for this book?
While I was teaching English, many of my students asked me to recommend a good vocabulary book. And okay, let me think. How about a vocab book for middle school students? So like the students brought some famous books, and some are the books I used to use during my school. And I looked over the book, and I found there was something wrong because the book content didn't look that useful for English speaking learners. I got to be curious about how helpful they could be like for speaking learners. So I kind of conducted an experiment. So I typed every word in the book, and then if I see some unnecessary words, then I crossed them out. Only about 30% was left for daily use. I have taught and studied like spoken English for a long time, and I had the good sense of which words would be practical or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, wow, what should I do for my students? And okay, I'm going to make a book perfect for Korean speaking learners. After I gathered some good sentences, and I let my students to memorize them and use them in their speaking.
Outstanding. So really you did market research, right? And
Yes, I did. I graduated from Korean schools. All the Korean tests are composed of academic writing and reading and vocabularies, and the words are necessary for the academic field, not for colloquial and spoken English.
I see.
That is why I focused on English speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I see. So this is not so much geared towards exam preparation or something like that, but this is for practical everyday use.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely what I took from it when I looked through it. I thought, this is
that's true. So I would like to say this called as everyday friendly vocabulary book.
I see.
Yeah.
So who would find this book useful?
Many people says you should think in English, but to be honest, from my experience, it's almost not possible. I mean, like not easy, because I have taught a lot of Korean adults. They're really busy and they spend most of time at work. Most places don't require them to speak English. So thinking in English is for the people who use English on a daily basis. If you are not in the situation, you cannot stop thinking in Korean. Then what should we do? Translating Korean language into English would be the fastest way for you to start the conversation in English. Yes, so I picked out Korean sentences suitable for English.
So would you say that someone who uses your book may not think in English, but they will sound like they think in English?
Yeah, that's true. For the shortcut for the basic learners, they would like to start English, right? To start speaking. To go to the speaking level, do we have to learn everything? Grammar and pronunciation. We don't just want to speak a word out, right? We want to put the period.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I see. Well, that kind of brings me to my next point. If I'm shopping for a book, I see this one and many others. What makes yours different from all the others that I could choose?
The first different thing is I try to put the verb phrases.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the fastest way to make sentences is memorizing the groups of words, especially verb phrases. Like you said, what are the most common mistakes the Korean people make? Sentence structure and the verb tenses. We easily get to mix up with the word order because Korean language has a different order from English, right?
Sure.
If you just memorize verb phrases, you can just put the verb behind the subject.
I see.
Yeah.
So you're saying that once you have the correct verb tense down, then you can just interchange it with different phrases.
Right. I listed a lot of verb phrases here, and let's take an example out. Go for a drink. 술 마시러 가다. And you can make a lot of good sentences like I go for a drink on the weekend. I went for a drink last night. And what the other examples?
I will go for a drink.
Yeah, I'll go for a drink. Or how about we go for a drink? Or I finished work early to go for a drink with Jason. Yeah.
Sounds good.
You don't get confused with word orders.
I see. So once you have that pattern memorized, then you can structure basically every sentence correctly.
Right,
that's in that same series.
That's my point here. How does it sound?
It's a good strategy. It's very straightforward, and it gets you from knowing very little to speaking in an effective way very quickly.
Yeah, appealing.
Highly appealing.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
Sure.
Yeah,
I was
for
happy
my
to come
channel.
talk about it.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing me your book.
Oh,
I enjoyed
thank you.
going through it.
Thank you for clicking. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. See you again one day.
Yeah.